94.7, today's Sunny 95.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 585. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko, and if you would please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com, and we're streaming live on Facebook. The title of today's show is Dr. Kvitko brings you 9 steps to a healthy, more beautiful smile. Okay? And so we haven't done a show like this in a while, and I see new patients every week, and so it kind of reminded me that we might want to go back to the basics and explain to folks what it's going to take to get them healthy and have a more beautiful, attractive smile. All right. Now, I want to tell you a little bit of a little story about a patient, though, before I get started. I have this woman who was in a terrible car accident. I think she was broadsided by a truck, and because she was in ICU for so long, she was in ICU for, I think, 6 weeks, and by the time they were able to take the intubation tube out, her front 3 teeth were all crooked. They had been bowed out by biting heavily onto the intubation tube. So she came in, and she was still struggling a little bit with breathing and still not healed, but we decided to do orthodontics for her to bring those teeth back together. And then she had a relapse probably about a week later, and she went back into the hospital for emergency surgery. And in this time, in putting the intubation tube in, they actually fractured 2 out of those 3 front teeth. And it's just really a terrible situation, and I'm probably going to go and see her in her hospital room later today. But anyway, it's like fleeting, you know, so we just have to be, thankful for what we have and be careful, and just kind of be on the lookout out there. And I hope we can get this woman. I know we can get her put back together, but it's going to be a long row to hoe. We have to take out the root tips that are broken, still up in there. We have to let that heal, place some implants, a lot of work coming. But anyway, okay, and maybe I'll give you guys updates as time goes by. All right, so the most obvious thing to have a healthy, more pleasing smile, more beautiful smile would be to brush your teeth. I know that sounds weird, but it is true. You'd be amazed at how many people come in and they don't realize there's plaque all over their teeth. Not only plaque, but calculus, which is calcified plaque, stains from coffee, stains from tobacco, and you can only get so much of it off yourself. You can't get the calcified plaque off. You can't get the calculus. It won't come off with a toothbrush. That's when you need a professional cleaning at a dental office. Okay, so start with clean teeth. That's a big help. And what that's going to do is it's going to begin the process of helping your gums be healthy, because the gums get irritated when there's stuff on the teeth, and if the gums stay irritated too long, it affects the bone, and then you have bone loss, and before you know it, you've just gone down this slippery slope. Okay. Now, it's also hard to be considered healthy if you have bad breath. And the reason I put that in there is because there are these people who have such bad breath that nobody wants to be close to them. Nobody wants to be in the same room, and the person doesn't even realize it. And we're not talking about onion breath, although that's a big one. But what we're talking about is, I call it perio breath. Somebody that has periodontal disease, a lot of material on their teeth, they just have this foul odor. And you know how our olfactory sensation, our nose, we go nose blind. You've seen the commercials. We can't smell things for very long. That's why we don't smell our own cologne, and we don't smell the fact that we have onion breath. We think we're fine. But yet it's still there, still there, still there. In my case, even at the end of a day, somebody will say, hey, your cologne smells great. And I haven't smelled it since, 5:30 in the morning. And it's 5:30 in the evening. I didn't smell it anymore. So having food on your teeth gives you bad breath. Think about it. What does rotten food smell like in the garbage? Doesn't smell too hot, right? Smells terrible. A little pieces of rotten food in your mouth, or food in your mouth that go rotten, that doesn't smell very good either. It smells really pretty bad. So you need to make sure the teeth are clean, and that if you do happen to be one of those people that has bad breath, somebody's reminded you, or maybe a family member has said you need to go brush your teeth, you got to think about, what do you eat? As a dentist, I don't want to be the person with the bad breath in the room, so I never eat onions and I never eat garlic. I won't say never, because if I don't have to be in the office for 2 days, I will. So maybe on a Friday I might, so that I don't have to be back to the office until Monday. But I'm even worried about that, because what if I get called in to an emergency visit that next day? Now I may still have onion breath. So I have to be real careful, and I think everyone should. And the way you get that stuff off of your teeth is making sure you're flossing and you're brushing carefully and you're getting the little interdental brushes in there, and you just basically, every surface of every tooth has to be clean, devoid of debris. Because you just don't know which of that debris is going to stink to high heavens. You really don't. You don't. Okay, so another one would be, so now let's backtrack a little bit. We said brush your teeth. We said have a dentist, a dental office, dental hygienist clean your teeth. Work on what you eat so you don't have bad breath, and make sure everything's clean. And so now let's assume you have clean teeth, and for the most part your gums are happy. So the next thing might be to have your teeth whitened. Now, if you have crooked teeth, you're going to have white crooked teeth. So we're still not there yet. White crooked teeth still isn't beautiful, right? Maybe not as appealing, but at least there's healthy there. And so whitening your teeth can go a long way to helping you have this nice smile. And white teeth aren't necessarily healthy. Doesn't mean they're healthy, but it certainly means that you try and that you care, and it's a good start. So, but what we find is, and I've actually done this before, where people come in and they want their teeth whitened, and they have cavities. They're missing teeth. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, let's whiten your teeth, but we want to make sure we also fill these holes that I'm seeing, these cavities, these broken teeth, where you're already missing teeth. Obviously, we're going to want to put some teeth there. But here's the thing. Most people think you would want to just do the cavities first. I actually do the whitening first. I do the whitening first for this reason. I want to know what color I'm going to make your fillings. What color is your crown going to need to be? Because you're going to whiten your teeth, and we don't want to match the old color. So again, we started off with good brushing. Then we went to making sure there's no food in your mouth for bad breath. And then we went to tooth whitening. And this is before we even get to any of the cavities, any of the holes, anything that is not healthy in your mouth. And a lot of things, for example, if you do have these holes, these cavities, that catches food, right? So you have food fall down into a hole in your tooth. There's no way you're going to get that out yourself. That's going to lead to your bad breath. So there is a little bit of a chicken or the egg thing going on here. It'd be awesome if we could get it all done at once. And sometimes I can, if a person is willing and they want to be sedated. I can do all kinds of stuff in one, 4 or 5 hour appointment. But we got to start somewhere. So we're going to start with the cleaning and the whitening, and then after that, I'm going to move on to cavities. So you can't have any cavities and be considered healthy because you weren't meant to have holes in your teeth. Hey, a little side note. I mentioned this years ago, but I was watching, my wife watches a lot of the antique archaeology type shows, Egyptian mummies and that sort of thing. Take a look the next time you're seeing one of those shows. Look at the skulls that they show. Look at their teeth. They're all straight. They all had straight teeth. There was no such thing as crooked teeth back in ancient times. Is that weird or what? Now, the answer is we think it's because today's kids are bottle-fed, not breastfed, and the musculature doesn't develop properly in people that are bottle-fed. And if you think about it, or if you didn't, I'll tell you, the roof of your mouth is the floor of your nasal sinus. They're the same thing, just one from the top, one from the bottom. And as we chew and the baby suckle, it's a little harder to suckle on a breast than it is on a bottle. Those muscles form the shape of the bones. And so as the bones form into the proper shape, there's plenty of room for the teeth to come in, and the teeth are all straight. You test me out on that theory the next time you're watching an archaeology show. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's pretty cool. So, okay, so then the next thing after we do, so cavities. Okay, remember I said we're going to whiten, so now we're going to fill in the holes and in the teeth with tooth-colored restorations. Sometimes we're going to put crowns on teeth if they need it. But you can't just fill in the holes because you have cavities, or people have had cavities filled with tooth-colored filling, but they had it done 12 years ago, for example, and now this material is discoloring. It's starting to look bad. It's starting to turn brown because, after all, it's plastic and it absorbs foods, colors from foods. And so you're going to have these brown fillings or brown lines on your fillings, and that can't be considered beautiful or healthy, right? So we're going to want to replace any of the old stained fillings that you may have, and in some cases even replace old crowns that no longer match, okay? Because you don't want to have this beautifully whitened smile and one brown crown, especially on your front tooth. Or any tooth that you're going to smile and show, because just because it's a crown doesn't mean it can't be, it shouldn't match. But over time, because our teeth will darken over time, a crown that you had placed, say, 5 years ago, which matched your teeth back then, it doesn't match anymore because your teeth have darkened. Now, chances are, if we whiten your teeth, it'll go back to the shade of your crown. But the problem is sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes your teeth go whiter than the shade of your crown. So now we've turned the clock back maybe 8 years on whitening, but your crown is 5 years ago, and so you still need a new crown, or a veneer, or whatever else you had that was placed. Okay? So as we mentioned, I think I did forget to mention now that I think about it. We usually mention that we're going to do Dr. Kvitko's question of the day about 10 minutes into the show. I did not mention that. I'm so sorry. But what we do is we're going to have this question. You're going to have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist. And so before we do the contest, we'd like you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's question of the day.
All right, today we're bringing you 9 steps to a healthy, more beautiful smile. And which of the following are some of those steps that we've already covered? Is it A, getting your teeth cleaned, B, getting your teeth whitened, or C, having your cavities filled, or D, all of the above? All right, the winner's going to receive free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I wanna hear your mind, and there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said, people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. And now we have 2 locations. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko, let's go!
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. We still don't have a winner, so we're going to leave the phone lines open. It's 614-459-9769. You'll have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist. It's a very simple question. Which of the following are some of the things that might help you have a more beautiful, healthy smile? Getting your teeth cleaned, getting your teeth whitened, having any cavities filled, or D, all of the above. All right, so go ahead and give a call. And again, it's 614-459-9769. So if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 585 of The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. And let's go to the sixth thing of the 9 steps. That would be your gums need to be healthy. Okay? You have to have healthy gums. You can't have puffy or bleeding gums and be considered healthy. They shouldn't be receding gums. They shouldn't be overgrown. You may need gum grafting or cosmetic gingival contouring. I do that a lot where, like I remember Ted the Golden Voice Williams, when we getting ready to do his teeth, he had crooked and pretty ugly teeth, and I told him, I said, if all we did was whiten them, you'd just have ugly white teeth instead of ugly brown teeth, you know. So he got it. And so what we do, we use our laser. You know, you looked at somebody sometimes and like there's a little tiny tooth. It looks like almost like a baby tooth because the gum's so low. Well, I'll take my laser and I'll cosmetically sculpt that to uncover the amount of the crown that should be uncovered. But then the reverse of that is if you'd have not enough gum, you have the roots showing. Well, we do a gum graft where we can pull that gum down to the proper gum line, and it's amazing how much better it can look. There's a certain symmetry that is required to have a beautiful smile. A balance where the right side has to be the same as the left side, and you have to have a perfect gum line and all of that. And it's very easily done, folks, but it's something that a lot of people and maybe even a lot of dentists don't really pay attention to. So again, you can have like some beautiful veneers and have an ugly smile if your gums are too high or too low. Okay, so number 7. Your teeth should be straight. And by the way, when your teeth are straight, it makes it easier for us and for you to keep them healthy. Because crooked teeth trap food easier. Crooked teeth are harder to clean. They're harder for us to see new cavities in between because the x-rays show overlapping of the teeth, so we would not catch an early cavity. We just wouldn't be able to see it. So we might not notice it until it's a big cavity. And if you think about it, we get the question a lot, is this covered or is this cosmetic? Because my insurance company doesn't cover things cosmetic. Well, orthodontics is not considered cosmetic, it's considered functional. If it were considered cosmetic, nobody would have coverage for orthodontics, right? So it's very important that you realize that straight teeth are important because they're for function, not just for looks. Okay, it's okay that they happen to look better when we're done, but the function is the most important thing. The teeth need to bite properly. Teeth that are crooked, when people chew, they happen to, they'll hit funny and you'll wear off a corner of a tooth that you don't want to wear off, and once you do that, then it looks even funnier. Okay, so it sounds like we have somebody on the phone that has the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? What's your name?
Sorry, my phone's cutting. My name is Stephanie.
Stephanie. Okay, Stephanie. Hey, do you have the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day?
I do.
Good. What is it?
D, all of the above.
D, all of the above. Now, we tried to make it easy, Stephanie. You probably picked up on that. Stephanie, what do you do for a living?
Actually, I work in food service.
Food service. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for what you do, and please stay on the line because we're going to get the address where we can send you those flowers from DeSantis, okay?
Awesome.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go back. So we were talking about crooked teeth, and how when they're crooked, they can wear off funny. You don't chew as well. You smile and there's a hole because your tooth is up and out. You know, it's just think British teeth, I guess, or at least gone by. Time's gone by. They're actually coming around over in Britain. I was in England several years back, and I was interviewing this person. I went to a dental office. He goes, I know, you think we all have bad teeth. And I go, I didn't say that. But I think it's because of the royal kids, Harry and William, and their wives all have beautiful teeth. I think it's kind of changing over there. Okay, so another thing that we have to be concerned about if you want to have healthy, beautiful smiles is misshapen teeth. Okay, so sometimes people are born with what we call a peg lateral incisor, these little skinny lateral incisors. I was talking to a gentleman, he's a roofer, he's going to be doing a new roof on on the building next to mine. And he said, hey, you know what, I might have you fix my smile here because I got these two little tiny teeth. Well, that's relatively common, the lateral incisors coming in as tiny little teeth, and so when you smile you have these little holes where the teeth aren't wide enough. So misshapen, undersized would be one, but another would be, I had this woman, she was a TV news anchor, and her lateral incisors were too big. They were bigger than her front teeth. Well, that's the wrong proportions. They were wrong proportions, so we had to narrow the lateral incisors and widen the front teeth. So we get rid of any chips, we get rid of any undersized situations, oversized situations. There's a golden proportion where when you look at somebody from the front, their front two teeth are supposed to be a certain size, and then the next tooth over, the laterals, are supposed to be 3/4 the width of the front one. And then the cuspid, which is the next one over, the part you see when you look at somebody from the front, should be 3/4 of that one, of the lateral. Okay? And if those proportions aren't met, it doesn't look right. So I think we're going to go ahead and go to a break right now. You're listening to The Reasons We Smile, episode number 585, and we'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
Okay, we're back. I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is The Reasons We Smile. It's episode number 585. It's entitled that we're bringing you 9 steps to a healthy, more beautiful smile. Okay, so we've covered, let me tell you what we've covered so far, if you're just joining us. The most obvious was to brush your teeth so they aren't covered with plaque calculus stains from coffee and tobacco, and to make sure you have a professional cleaning at a dental office. 2 was, can't be considered healthy if you have bad breath. That's pretty obvious, but most people don't know they're the ones with the bad breath in the room. Number 3 would be to have your teeth whitened, because white teeth are obviously more attractive than brown teeth. 4 was to have any of your cavities filled for multiple reasons. One is if you have a hole in your tooth, food gets caught in there, that adds to your bad breath, it adds to the irritation to the gums and bone, and it also, you can't chew because your food is not being able to be masticated properly with a partial tooth. So anyway, having any old stained fillings replaced. I remember a story of my wife and I were in a bowling league with our next door neighbors, and the woman next door had a lot of these tooth-colored fillings between her teeth, and every single one of them had turned brown over time. And even though my wife is married to a dentist, she said they look like cavities. How come she doesn't have her cavities fixed? And that's the point, folks. If it's brown, just because you know it's a brown filling doesn't mean the rest of the world does. And so I pointed out those were just fillings that had discolored, and she said, well, she should still have them replaced, and she was absolutely right. So gums need to be healthy. You can't have bleeding gums, puffy gums, missing gum, receding gums, overgrown gum. It's just ugly. It doesn't really do anything but detract from your smile. So you have to have healthy gums to have a healthy smile and healthy teeth. The bone is the foundation, the gums are the next important, and then the teeth. So we do have people where we have to tell them, hey, your teeth are healthy, but your gums have to go. Well, that's a cute way of saying your teeth have to be extracted, because if you let your bone and your gums get really bad, well, they won't support your teeth. And we really hate it, but there are people that we have to extract all of their teeth because there's just no bony support left. Another would be having your teeth straightened and how important that is for health. Okay? And then we talked about misshapen teeth, how you can have white, straight teeth, but if they're undersized or a corner's missing, it's still not beautiful, is it? It may be healthy, but it's not beautiful. And then finally, number 9 is any missing teeth should be replaced, most likely with implants and implant crowns. That's the technology of the day, folks, placing an implant and doing a crown over top. And they are 2 separate procedures, by the way. An implant is like the artificial root. The implant crown is the part that goes over top. The part that you think of as a tooth goes over top of the implant. I'm saying that so that I can help people avoid confusion and misunderstandings. I do my best to make sure people know that there's a cost for an implant, and then there's a cost for an implant crown. And if you're scheduled to have your implant crown placed at your dentist right now, there's going to be another charge, because there's a separate charge for each, okay? So just remember that. And when you're being quoted fees, make sure you remember that as well. So, okay, so how would be the best way to, there were other ways to replace holes in your teeth, in your mouth, not in your teeth, but in your mouth, missing teeth. You can have removable partial dentures, which would be something like the 1960s, 70s, and 80s technology, something that your grandparents may have had, or great-grandparents, metal clips, partial denture teeth, and you could replace all of the missing teeth in one appliance. The next thing you could have would be bridge work, where we trim down the adjacent teeth, and we make each tooth of it ready for a crown. And when we get our impression, we make instead of just 2 crowns, we have a fake one in the middle, and so it's like a 3-tooth bridge. Now, that is more like 90s and maybe early 2000s technology, because the bad thing about that is you're grinding down healthy teeth just to fill in the blank space. But you can't have a bridge if you have no back tooth. So if you've lost all of the back teeth, or there's just no tooth back there, you have to go with either implants or a removable partial denture. Okay? Remember, implants are the most natural. One of the reasons is it's just that one area you're dealing with. Again, you're not having to touch any of the adjacent teeth. We do have the concern about, is there going to be room to place an implant between us and the nerve, or between us and the sinus? And there are ways to move the sinus out of our way. Not so great ways to move the nerve out of the way on a bottom arch, although it can be done, and it can be done carefully. But basically what we're saying is, to have a beautiful, healthy smile, you have to have a full set of teeth. You have to have every tooth. If you smile real big and there's a hole, there's a missing tooth, doesn't matter how beautiful everything else is, it still looks terrible. It just looks terrible. That's where everybody's eye goes, is to that hole. And I know me, when I see a successful businessman or something and he smiles and he's missing a tooth over there, I'm thinking, oh, come on, you can afford to get that fixed. You should take better care of yourself. Really. So anyway, okay, well, that looks like all the time we have. Next week in the studio with me, we're going to have Mr. Tom Shields. He is the Franklin County Jury Commissioner. Going to be a pretty cool show, because you're going to get to ask questions about what's it like to be a juror, how's the process, can I get out of jury duty, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that is all the time I have today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at Dr. Kvitko, and visit my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588, or send an